Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? So check this out, right? I was in the gym, and some of my best thoughts come while I'm in the gym. That's why for anybody out there, if you respect God, then you respect your body. Get in the gym. If you can't go to the gym, do some stuff at your home. Health is wealth. But anyways, right? So I was thinking, and a thought came over to me, right? A lot of times we think our blessings are just rejected. But the thing is sometimes our blessings are delayed because of what we prefer. Sometimes our blessings are delayed because of what we prefer. And let me give you an example. I was praying over myself, right? And I was praying just for peace. When my grandfather passed, I mean, I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. And I knew how to be there physically. Like I knew how to be there for my grandmother physically, but mentally, I just didn't know what to do, right? And I prayed for peace. I just wanted a sense of peace, right? And I felt like I wasn't getting peace. I felt like I just could not get peace because I was handling so much stuff and this, that, and the other, right? And it came a point in time to where I thought God just wasn't hearing me. But what I've learned is sometimes what we prefer, right? Sometimes what we prefer delays the blessing. You see, I was asking God for peace. I was asking God for understanding. But in order to have peace and in order to know that you have peace, you got to be going through something. If you're not going through nothing, you don't know if you really have peace in the eye of the storm. It's like when when I was in the Navy, when we're sailing, right? A lot of people say, I don't get seasick. I don't get seasick. But you really don't know until you hit rough seas. When the ship is rocking like that, when you hit rough seas, then you can determine if you get seasick or not. And that's how my life was. I was just praying for peace. I needed peace. And I had so much chaos going on around me that once I started getting an understanding, I understood that God gave me peace because I did not lose my mind. You see, a lot of times, what we prefer is not what God has for our life. A lot of times we say, God, just give me faith. God, I just want to have faith. But in order to determine if you have faith, you got to go through a situation that requires faith. If you got a bill due and you've done everything that you're supposed to do, but they didn't raise the rent, whatever the case may be. Now you sitting there like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to do. You didn't, borrow money from people. You ain't paid them back, so you're wrong. But you did all you can, and you just like, oh my God, this, that, and other, blah, 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 and you're razzled. Well, then you lack faith. But when you have that bill due and you still show up because you know that God got it, God is going to bless you because you have faith. You see, a lot of times, right, when I look at my kids, and I see, right, I see the vision that I have for them. And a lot of times, I got to stop myself, right, because my vision might not be what God has for their life. So what I try to do is create an atmosphere that if you go this way, this is what's going to happen. If you go that way, this is what's going to happen. My relationship with God, I have faith that they're going to make the right choice. And if they don't make the right choice, I have faith that they have enough time and understanding to turn it around. So that's why I don't get You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, and you know, I'm having anxiety about it. No, because of my faith in God. That's why. And a lot of times, let me tell you something. I struggle with this. I struggle with being a bigger person. I struggle with it. But I prayed to have peace. And a lot of times when I didn't have peace, it was because I saw something for people who did not see it for themselves. And what I had to do is take a step back and be like, you know what? You can't change anybody. Even if you see what's going to happen down the road, you cannot change everybody. So sometimes, you know, like for me, one of my strong suits is I can take emotions out of the situation and I can look at a situation from another perspective. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that ability. They only see life through their lens. So when something doesn't go how they see life, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem because they only see life through their lens, and that's not living. I had to learn this every step of the way. I used to get so upset that people could not see what I knew was going to happen. But I prayed for peace. And because I prayed for peace and understanding, I had to go through some stuff that was going to test me to see if I had peace and understanding. And this is my message to anybody out there. What you're praying for, if you're doing everything that you're supposed to do and you still have not received, that does not mean it is denied. Sometimes the very thing that you're praying for, you got. But it just didn't come packaged like you thought it would be. You wanted God to elevate you. So you start losing friends. People start talking behind your back. You're sitting up here like, God, like, what is going on? Well, guess what? God is elevating you. Those people are the ones weighing you down. You see, you got what you prayed for. It just didn't come packaged the way that you thought it would be. You've been praying to start your entrepreneurship. And every day you go into this job, they getting on your nerves. You're like, oh my gosh, God is pushing you into it. But what you thought was that because you were praying for entrepreneurship, one day you was going to wake up and that building was going to be right there for you. You thought that I'm going to get up, God got this building and blah, 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 this, that, and other. No. It doesn't come like that. That's what you prefer. But God got it in a different way. You see, you on that job and you going every day. What you should be doing is learning how the system works. You don't like your manager? You should be taking everything that you don't like about your manager and making sure you don't do that when you have employees. When it comes to relationships, I am no expert. Trust me, I am no expert. But what I know is this. A lot of times in relationships, when you pray for peace, when you pray for understanding, when you pray to turn up, whatever it is that you're praying for, relationships are some of the hardest, you know what I'm saying, measuring sticks, right? Because a lot of people don't want to go away from what they know. Like I said earlier, they only see things through their perspective lens. And a lot of people, when times get hard, they refer to back what they know. Some people in relationships, they go back to, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm going to give you the silent treatment. But what you don't understand is if you keep giving someone the silent treatment, they will learn how to live without you. If you keep giving people the silent treatment, they will learn to love the silence. So here you are thinking, yeah, I'm going to show them, I'm going to this, that, and the other, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. What you're doing is you just creating distance. And the longer that you create that distance, the harder it is to come together. You see, I have all of these thoughts in my head, and sometimes I want to do what everybody else do. But I know that I can't, because that's not what God has for my life. It's not. So the things that I'm praying for, I have to understand that it doesn't come the way that I want it to sometimes. It doesn't. Sometimes I got to love people when they don't love themselves. Sometimes I have to have understanding from people when they don't understand themselves. And let me tell you this, and I'm going to get out your way. You can't expect people to love you the way that you love them if they have not found that love for themselves. How are they going to love you the way that you need to be loved if they got turmoil within themselves? You see, when you're not healed, you don't do the work on yourself. Whenever there's a problem, you revert back to that shell. And sometimes that shell is shutting down. That is not a superpower. I used to think back in the day that that was a superpower, that when people had the ability to just shut down. That's not a superpower, because you shutting down is a ripple effect. I use myself as an example. I want my kids to be able to come to me, tell me what's going on. I might not agree with it. It might not be what I would do, but I feel that I have created an atmosphere that, let's talk about it. I'm going to tell you how I feel, but I'm going to give you enough room for you to make the decision. But anyways, man, if this has blessed somebody out there, man, just, you can pass it along, favor it, whatever you have to do. But just remember, your blessing might not be, denied. It's just delayed until you understand what needs to be done for it to be released.
Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.